Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at Apple. It is time for another update, and on this chart we have been tracking a hyper bullish structure where, of course, we have a series of 1-2 setups for most of its uptrend really, and now we assume that a wave 3 might have actually taken place, and we have started tracking the series of 4-5 patterns that would allow the completion of the larger structure. So internally within this structure, within this supposed wave 3 to the upside, that we assume to be the most likely structure, we have been considering that this would be a wave 1 up, we would have here a wave 2 down and a wave 3 up and a wave 4 in place, and this would be the fifth wave that would be able to form a top within the next wave to the upside. In this case, we would see that the wave 4 has perfectly touched the first level of support before creating the next movement, the next wave to the upside, and now we are focusing more specifically on the internal structure within this area. In the previous video, I believe, I have provided this area of support in white from which we expected to reverse in this movement, in this wave 5 to the upside, and we had room all the way down to the $225 to create this reversal. Now, since this is a diagonal structure, we only really need to create an ABC movement to consider this count to be full, and we might be closer than most would realize to such a scenario, because within this structure I could very easily assume a wave 4 bottom to be in place, and in the previous video I even provided relevant levels of resistance we wanted to see broken for a signal that a more substantial bottom would be in place, at least within this wave to the downside, and that was at the 61.8% retracement at the $254 level. We have pushed beyond that, we have broken it, we had the retracement, and then we extended even higher. So now we aren't looking necessarily for an extension directly to lower prices, we are focusing on a fifth wave already taking place. So within this structure, I'm looking for an ABC pattern once again, where I would assume the wave A to possibly even have a top in place at this point, and within the wave B, we could be looking for a bottom to be there as well. So I'm looking only for a wave C, within which ideally we would get to new all-time highs to consider our count clearly full. Now, I say ideally because given the context of where we are within this wave C, so it would be a wave C of a fifth wave of a larger ending diagonal in a wave 5. Not necessarily a problem to create a new all-time high within this wave 5. This is the most common case. It is rather rare that truncations occur, but it does happen. So keep that in mind because distortions do occur. Now, what would be our expectations once we form this pattern? So we would have a full count. We could be looking for the fifth wave to be complete, allowing this larger wave 3 to be complete at the same time, and this would enable us to look for the wave 4 correction, for which we will have a high probability support zone, a reversal area from which we can start accumulating. Now, if you want to get access to our monthly top picks where we identify for you such high quality structures, you can check out our channel newsletter. The sign up link is in the description and it is completely free. And on top of that, we have just sent out our first list today. And if you sign up by the end of the next week, by the 8th of March, you will receive this newsletter as well that we have just sent out recently. And there we will identify for you those high quality assets, those great opportunities, which you can then even follow along with us on YouTube. Now, let's get back to the chart. So here within this structure, I'm looking for an area of support for the wave B, because I would like to know when the probabilities start to become a bit more problematic in creating the continuation to the upside in this wave C, and when we should be more prepared for a reset of this wave 4. Which is not a problem, This could very easily occur without breaking our expectations or our scenario, as long as we hold the 61.8% retracement. Now, in this expectation, we would like to internally hold the $251 level, and the wave B itself could also form a reset before generating the actual wave C to the upside. Then within this structure, I could be looking for the wave C to have already started, yeah? We could have here a 1-2 setup to be in place, and I will go into the smaller time frame and explain why I'm tracking the entire move to the upside as a wave 1. So we would have here a wave 3, a wave 4, and a wave 5. This is expected to form to complete the wave C, yeah? This is our main expectation, and we are looking at this as an ending diagonal. Now, before we go into the details of the structure we are tracking in this wave C, I wanted to let you know that if you enjoyed the video, leaving a like would help us a lot in continuing to provide this content. And then, if you enjoy our content, if you have been watching our channel and you want to support us directly, you can check out our channel membership, where you even get access to a couple of cool perks, including additional content and priority to replies and stock coverages when there is a video slot open. Now, within this wave 1, as I was saying, I'm looking at an ending diagonal within this wave C. And that is because within this structure to the upside, while I am able to identify a 5-wave move in this initial push, and then a 3-wave correction, the next structure to the upside is a 5-wave pattern, but only within a diagonal structure, which really forces me to consider that either this is a double 1-2-1-2 setup, or that this would be an ABC structure within a larger wave 1. I cannot be tracking this as a wave 3, we wouldn't have held the area of support for a wave 4 anyway, so it is between those two scenarios, and given the context of where we are situated on the chart and the general pattern formation, I would find it more likely to be developing an ending diagonal within this wave C. And it's not really a problem if we are able to create an impulse. We would have reached both areas of support anyway. In the case of the idea of a double 1-2 setup, we would be quite close to the last level of support, but it is still holding, so theoretically it could work out, but I prefer, for the sake of simplicity, to track a deeper area of support down to the $259.7, and as long as we hold this level, we can still look for this to go directly to higher prices, with the break being rather a signal that, yeah, a wave B reset would become more likely. Now, so far within this structure, and by the way, we are tracking it in yellow, just to make it more visible on top of the white background. But yeah, within this structure, we are even able to identify a full 3-wave structure, in my opinion, where, yeah, we can go into the 15-minute time frame, and I might see it possible to form a wave 4 and a wave 5 within this structure, but at the same time, I consider this to be possibly full in something like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and even this wave 5 might extend. Not really a problem. I believe it is best to zoom out just a bit so we can focus on this yellow area of support for direct continuation to higher prices within this wave 3, in which we would be looking to build a 3-wave pattern in an ABC structure. Now, assuming a bottom would be in place for this wave B in white, we could even look for an ideal target for this wave C, and that would be the 100% extension of the wave A. That sits at the $294.6, but if we go within the internal structure in this area, and we look for the ideal target for a wave 3, assuming the wave 2 bottom would be in place, well, that would be the $292.8. That would be even expected. And then if we are to form a wave 4 and a 5th wave, yeah, we would expect to slightly exceed the ideal target of this overall wave C to the upside. But for now, there isn't much else to add. These are the levels. This is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you would like me to cover. And I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.